Time for shooters, slashers, and everything about exterminating endless waves of enemies. Rocket Riot is really intense side-scrolling 8-bit shooter. Tons of pixels falling down from the skies as we shoot through over 200 single-player missions. We get over 300 characters to unlock. Zombies, robots, bananas, pirates, and oh my goodness. Mobs are destructible, but no worries, they heal with time. Butcher is another pixelated shooter, but this one is set in a dark and violent world, which is like taken straight from Doom or Quake. We can use the environment elements like saws, hooks, lava pits to brutally dispose our enemies. Weapons also sound familiar. We get, for example, chainsaw, railgun, grenade launcher, classic tools of extermination in a classic dark atmosphere. Epica is a slasher with female protagonists wearing helmet and bikini, and this is where pleasurable features end. The game is extremely painfully hard. I dare to compare it to Dark Souls, only that Epica is simpler. System requirements are ridiculous and the game mechanics can piss off greatly. Impatient people just pass on this one. Laser Disc Defenders is well-made shooter with no gravity, randomly generated levels, kept in the atmosphere of cheesy sci-fi flicks from 70s, funky fashion and disco-style soundtrack. And this is what you get. Oh, finally someone hired Stickman to do some shooting. Ballistick is not only run and destroy everything type of shooter. It also includes stealth elements and some strategy in approaching enemies. The game is also gory, as you can see. It actually has quite realistic gun and gore mechanics. Spareware lets us shoot through waves of humans solo or with friends. In this game we are robots, customizable robots, saving humankind from itself. So we assemble our robot from 26 unique spare parts, we pack it with one of 12 unique weapons, we set our abilities from 4 unique skill trees, and we go shoot to 3 procedurally generated cities. BitMaster offers lots of shooting for a really small price. 8 guns, 13 perks, 5 heroes to unlock, 20 types of enemies. And the game runs on Unreal Engine 4. Rogues and Heroes is a top-down slasher with procedurally generated levels. And that's pretty much it. You slash through undead enemies trying to save survivors, but remember, saving someone will have unpleasant consequences. Oh, and you can play with friend in co-op mode. Time for a quick preview of games heavily inspired by productions from 90s. Hey, Minesweeper from Windows is back! Crazy Sapper 3D is an actual character now in full 3D environment. The game is still simple, but lots of cool stuff's been added to expand the gameplay and mechanics. For example, except the campaign with 30 levels, we can play survival mode, which never ends. Until, you know. The Deep Paths, Labyrinth of Andokost. What a title. The game is like one of those old school dungeon crawlers with grid-based movement, which is one step at a time. Active turn-based clicky combat and endless labyrinths full of creatures, secret passages and treasures. Vulture Island is a platformer and it's pretty interesting mix of 90s, even 80s with some modern features. You can freely choose levels to play, but if you fail, you will not lose all the progress. Puzzles, enemies, bosses, interaction with NPCs, even inventory. The game supports keyboard, touchscreen, and joypad. We all know that the best opponent is real one. I know that Halloween is long gone, but who cares? In Hide and Shriek, we can play with friends or strangers in 10 minutes one-on-one matches. You both run around school setting traps on each other. But to make it more interesting, you are both invisible. The game is really fun to play and may cause healthy scare jumps. Frog Climbers can be fun and competitive, but it doesn't support keyboard and mouse, only gamepads. And it only supports local connection of up to 4 players. It's a physics-based frog climbing game. Powargrid is a turn-based strategy with full campaign and AI opponents. However, the game is best served when played against humans. It features online and hot seat multiplayer, so we are not limited in finding someone to play. Other than that, it's like a board game. Your goal is to destroy opponent's power plant. And now it's time to move to games requiring thinking and where we can get lost. There is not much to say about Dungeon of Doom puzzle. You pretty much get what you see. It's a gravity shifting kind of dungeon crawler with chests and doors to unlock with keys, spikes and enemies to not fall on, and around 100 levels to beat. Do you know Lemmings? If you know Lemmings, you know Inklings. If you don't know Lemmings, then who are you people? Anyway, Inklings, just like Lemmings, are rolling around mindlessly bouncing off walls and falling into every pit unless you start pushing them around and telling them what to do. The game is kept in really nice artistic flavor. Every game with physics and explosions is good to play. Zup has all of that, plus it's affordable, minimalistic, simple yet addictive. The goal is to make the blue block get to green platform using explosive red blocks and yellow solid blocks. There are also purple blocks which are solid and fixed, and green blocks which are solid and moving. That's it. Combination of Minesweeper, hacking game, bejeweled, RPG wrapped in retro pastel graphics with cyberpunk-ish story as a cherry on top. This is what Beglitched is. We pretty much get a full package with this game. Not only puzzles, not only cool graphics, not only interesting story, we get it all. All the fans of mazes, traps and light effects should get a closer look at LUXIS. Over 40 levels to go through, taking your sweet time or being as fast as possible in time trial mode. The game uses no language but symbols to learn, which is quite cool. Oh, and music. Music is nice too. Congratulations! You have been promoted to be Death Assistant. Now you must help people to leave this world, but make it look like it was an accident. After all, life kills, not death. In Death Life, we create chain reactions by putting objects in the right way, and then we sit and watch how things can go wrong. Tragic, but still funny. Miniature, the story puzzle, is also about putting things in the right order, but this time it's pieces of stories. You could say that the game is story-based. The visuals and music are really good, and there's lots of different stories to put together as a whole. Mosaic, Game of Gods, is a relaxing, casual jigsaw-like puzzle. Only that the shapes are not typical for a typical jigsaw puzzle. 150 artistic levels and soothing music definitely can help to find an inner harmony after a stressful day. I sound like a commercial now.
Are you ready for another adventure?
Something dark first. Adam Wolfe is an investigator of the supernatural. Driven by his sister's mysterious disappearance. Wait a minute. Supernatural? Sister gone? Anyway, Adam, solving mysteries, slowly finds out that it all leads to something bigger. The game has deeply engaging atmosphere, amazing artwork, and unique case-solving mechanics, including quite interesting puzzles. Out to something lighter to lose some tension. Detective Hayseed is one of those stupidly smart people always getting things done. The game itself is a point-and-click humoristic adventure, full of Hollywood heroes, characters, and references. Fun fact, the backgrounds are hand-drawn. After Rusty Lake Hotel, the time has come for Roots. In this point-and-click adventure, we can experience characters' lives from the beginning to its end, building our own family tree. Easy to play with complex storyline full of suspense and dark moments. The Beard in the Mirror is a classic point-and-click adventure kept in retro style. If you feel like going back in time to hits like Curse of Enchantia or Universe, this game will let you do that, offering even more. Karma, Incarnation 1. I don't even know what to say about this game. It's so abstract. Okay, so we are in control of a worm named Pip. Pip was supposed to reincarnate as a dragon, but obviously something gone wrong. Now Pip has to overcome the challenges as a worm. The game has cool features like astral sight making you pick in Spirit's world, or karma laws which change our worm appearance. On top of all that, we have hand-drawn animations and atmospheric music. Dark Train is another unusual, hard-to-explain adventure game. We take control of a mechanical squid which is attached to a train, and as the squid we explore and maintain the Dark Train. It does sound intriguing. The graphics, all the elements are crafted from paper, which gives the game really unique look. Speaking of paper, Sceal or Sceal is an unique and beautiful looking adventure. We are put into a role of a lost soul wandering around a book. We progress in the game by completing quests like painting buildings and different objects in the book. We can transform into an angel of light or dark banshee. There is night and day cycle. The game is deeply steeped in supernatural Irish folklore. The soundtrack is sung in Irish by Irish singers. We all know, and if you don't know, you should know, that everything that's Irish is good.